Welcome to the Letting Go live stream. This is the Course in Miracles series. Today we're on lesson 186. Salvation of the world depends on you. Well, I'm so glad that you've got such a fantastic function here. And let's join together in this function. Salvation of the world depends on us, depends on we, depends on me, depends on you. What's the difference? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. There's a lot of wonderful ideas in this lesson. Are you guys reading the lessons? There's only so much I can put into a 20-30 minute release with you guys here. And there's times where I'd love to just go on and on. Could do a release all day on this one. We're accepting salvation as our role. We're letting God deem us worthy and just having faith in our worthiness. It's this pride that would deny that we are worthy for the salvation of the world. But there's no need for you to be any different. It said here, God knows exactly your strengths and how to use them. That's nice. Wow. And so we ask God, for guidance, for direction. And if we're trying to plan things from the ego base, if we're trying to do things ego wise and ego plans, those plans may seem impossible, but God's plans can never fail because he is its source. The salvation of the world is a goal you can't attain. Like, this can be done. So could you do as God's voice directs? Could you do as God's voice directs? And if it asks a thing of you which seems impossible, remember who it is that asks and who would make a denial. Which is more likely to be right? The voice that speaks for the creator of all things, who knows all things exactly as they are, or a distorted image of yourself, confused, bewildered, inconsistent, and unsure of everything? Let not this small voice of the ego direct you. Hear instead a certain voice which tells you of a function given you by your creator, who remembers you and urges that you now remember him. So let's do some releasing of some of this small voice, the small, powerless, weak voice that would deny the perfection of your role as the savior of the world, of how the salvation of the world depends on you. Let's do some releasing. Let's let go. Salvation of the world depends on you. And how? What? Me? Yes, you. So could you notice that there might be some insisting or denying or refusing your worthiness to be savior of the world? Could you allow that resistance, that denial of the salvation of the world depending on you? Could you feel it and just be releasing it? It's just a feeling. There might be all kinds of thoughts. Could you ignore the thoughts? And just feel this feeling, this vibration, this frequency of denial, of the complete trust in you, his son, to save the world. And could you let it go? Could you let go of that denial, that feeling? Would you let go of denying your role, your function in the salvation of the world, which depends on you? When could you? Salvation of the world depends on you. Depends on you. Salvation of the world depends on me. Same thing. Oh, could you notice any fighting that function? Any insisting on another role? Is there something else you seem to be here to do than save the world? Bring light to the world? Bring love to the world? Walk your brothers and sisters out of illusions? Oh, no, no, no. You are here for the salvation of the world. Could you just notice any feeling of otherwise? Any idea that you are here for some small, insignificant task? And could you allow that feeling to come up? Hmm. And just allow that feeling up. Could be fear, it could be pride, could be guilt or unworthiness. Could you just allow that feeling and ignore the thoughts? They're not even true. Just allowing this feeling up and allowing it to release. Enlightening yourself. Could you release any fighting your function or insisting on another role? Would you release? When could you release? Hmm. Salvation of the world depends on you, depends on me. Could you allow yourself to notice if there's any sense that you need to be different for God, for salvation of the world, that you need to change in any way? Could you just notice the feeling of needing to be different or change in any way to save the world, to be salvation of the world? Any imagining that you've got to change or be different? What does that feel like? Imagining that you need be different to fulfill your function. Could you just notice that feeling and let go of these vain imaginings, the thoughts going through the mind, and just allow this feeling to unravel, to shift, to move. Bring it to light. Could you allow yourself to surrender any sense you need to change or be different for the salvation of the world? Would you allow yourself to surrender, give up unworthiness now? When could you surrender? Any sense you need to be different or are unworthy as you are for the salvation of the world? Hmm. And could you open up and just allow releasing to happen, just surrendering to your function, the salvation of the world, which depends on you? The salvation of the world depends on you. Does this task seem impossible? Who calls you to this task? Who calls you to this task? Is it impossible to him? So if God calls you to this task, has you here for this task, is it really impossible? And can you just notice any sense that this is too big for you? Any feeling that would question the ability you have been given for the salvation of the world, which depends on you? The possibility. Could you allow that feeling to come to light and just let it go? Mm. Would you let it go as you simply accept that nothing is impossible for God, who has given you this function of salvation of the world? When could you let go and accept the function God has given us? You don't actually have to, though all illusions rest upon the weird belief that we can make another function for ourselves. When could you let go of these other functions that have been imagined and accept the function God has given us, the salvation of the world? Depends on you. Oh, so could you notice any remaining resistance to accepting that function? The salvation of the world depends on you. Any remaining resistance to accepting your worthiness? You are the perfect Son of God for this job. And could you just allow any resistance, refusal, denial? Oh, the mind will come up with all kinds of things, and that just tells you there's a feeling there, a feeling of fear or guilt or desire, pride. Though the feeling needs not a name, we need not reinforce it, we need not fight it. could you simply let this feeling up and allow it to pass as the illusion it is? Just feeling it, witnessing it, lighting it up. And could you let it release? Would you let it release? When could you let it release? And just accept God has you here in all your doings as you move through the world to save it. Salvation of the world depends on you. Salvation of the world depends on who you can forgive. Is there any one person you've not forgiven? Just pick one. There could be a few. And could you notice any feeling that would have you withhold love from them? Any feeling other than love you have for them? Mm. And could you allow the thoughts to drift by without following them and just unpack this feeling, light up this darkness? And surrender this feeling. Give it up. Would you just surrender this feeling other than forgiveness, other than love for your brother, and fulfill salvation of the world through your forgiveness? When could you surrender these feelings of separation, smallness, other than love, other than forgiveness, and bring peace to every mind through forgiveness? Well done releasing. So there's this idea that we need to do some big thing based on our belief systems about the world that we created in illusion and how it works. What people miss is the incredible power of love and how it heals and how it saves the world. Just to be as loving as we possibly can to our brothers and sisters, to notice where we're not being loving and let it go in love. This changes the world more than the ego and the little stories we've told about ourselves could imagine. It's so infinitely powerful, and it's something given you, the ability to love. You are the love of God. God is but love, and therefore so are you. And just being that in the world, you will be fulfilling your function. And just see where he takes you. Know who you walk with. And could you unsubscribe from the stories of the world of weakness and smallness and insignificance, fear and anger and guilt, and walk as love? That's all you're here to do. It's quite a fun job. And you can do it without changing, without needing to be different. It's already given you the power of salvation, the power of healing, the power of truth. So enjoy this day, loving in the world, forgiving the world, being the salvation of the world. Thanks for watching.